the number one obstacle that holds the majority of the people that I work with back from being able to fully express themselves, to fully embrace what they're doing and share it with the world and really truly accelerate the growth of their project or business and the impact that they're seeking, is fear. And I would say more often than not, fear of criticism. Fear of criticism, as in, you have this niggling idea in your mind that's been evolving over time. It's kind of been whispering your name for weeks, months, maybe even years. And it's still there. It wants to be activated. But there's a part of you that thinks, well, what will others think of me? What if I'm not good enough in their eyes? What if I make a fool of myself? What if people treat me differently because I'm standing up for what I believe in? What if, I get a lot of hate? What if people find it really cringe? So you get this internal dialogue going on, and you can tell, I get it, because, this has been my reality as well. In fact, it's really everyone's reality, I believe. At some point or another, we do experience fear of criticism. But in this video today, I really want to help you completely liberate yourself from it. How cool is that? So, the best way to liberate yourself from fear of criticism is when you make your opinion of yourself more important to you than the opinions that others have of you. I'll say that again. Your fear of criticism will melt away when you place more emphasis, value, importance on what you think of yourself versus what others think of you. So that could mean putting something out there because you really are inspired by it, you really admire it, you really are proud of what you've created, you really enjoy it, and that's the only thing that you care about. And it's a practice, it's a habit, it's a ritual, because for so long throughout the majority of our lives, we've grown up with this belief that we need to play small, that we need to be seen but not heard, don't shine too brightly as a byproduct of the conditioning and the programming that we grew up with from parents, guardians, loved ones, teachers, friends at school, who, whether consciously or subconsciously we're aware of it, we're actively discouraging us from being able to embrace our true, authentic selves and shine as brightly as we want to, doing something that we love. And so that's why if you are 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years of age, right, then you have 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years of conditioning, of thinking a certain way, because that's been the mental and psychological momentum that you've built up over the course of those decades, whereby automatically, without even thinking, you get held back by this fear of criticism because of what you experienced when you were younger, where you were discouraged by parents or by loved ones or teachers, whatever it might be, saying, don't be silly, you can't do that. Or what will other people think? Don't do that, you'll embarrass yourself, right? Sound familiar? When no one's immune to it, unless you have had parents growing up who are very acutely aware of what they were saying around you and about you and to you, and were conscious of the way that it would affect you growing up. I don't know about you, but that wasn't necessarily my reality, and that certainly wasn't a reality for the majority of people that, with all of the people that I work with, and all of the people that I know as well. Most of the people that I know. So, like I said, this fear of criticism will transform, will melt away. You will be able to successfully eliminate it when you get into the practice and the habit and the ritual of constantly reminding yourself, well, what do I think of this? What's my opinion of the work that I'm putting out there? Do I take pride in it? Do I really enjoy it? Am I having fun? Is this, how do I feel after posting it? And so every time that you make a conscious effort to align yourself with what your opinion and your perspective is of what you're putting out there, as opposed to aligning yourself with what person X or person Y or James or Tim or Jenny or Kevin or Frederica or whoever, right? You know, we all have those people, right, that play through our minds like, oh God, I wonder what this person will think. Oh no. But the reality is, no matter which way you want to cut it or slice it, you know, using things like, the spotlight effect, suggesting that, people are too busy thinking about themselves to think about others. That, again, I don't believe that's particularly effective, because then you're still outsourcing your power and your authority to someone else. Don't worry about that. All you need to worry about is what you think of you. Like I said, if you have 20, 30, 40, 50 years of conditioning, it'll take some time to break that pattern. To, as Joe Dispenza puts it, break the habit of being yourself, right? And it doesn't mean it has to take 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It just means you have to stay loyal to this new belief, to this new behavior. And I've seen people be able to transform their fears of criticism in as little as 30 days. 30 to 60 days of staying loyal to this process, constantly engaging with and reminding yourself of this new version of yourself who only cares about what they think of themselves, above and beyond the opinions and the criticisms and the judgments of others. If you're able to stay loyal to that belief and to that, philosophy for, for 30 to 60 days, I guarantee you will be able to drop this fear of criticism, feel much more liberated and free to express yourself, to share online what you're doing, to post regularly, to really, amplify your impact in a way that feels authentic to you, without the fears, without the, concerns about judgment or criticism whatsoever. Right? So we really want to understand that willing yourself to post more, or taking all of these courses or whatever it might be to try and deploy the perfect strategy for sharing what you're doing online. Like, those are all great, don't get me wrong, but if you haven't addressed your fear of criticism, then you will not be able to effectively make use of material like that, because you constantly self-sabotage, you constantly get in your own way, you constantly be obsessed and fixated on what other people have to think or say, so much so that you don't take any action at all, or the action that you take and the content that you produce is inauthentic. You're trying to be everything to everyone, which means you'll be nothing to no one. So again, just get into the habit and the practice of reinforcing how important your opinion of yourself is. This always comes back to self-love, right? When you have very high levels of self-love, you get to a point and to a state where you realize that what other people have to think or say about you is none of your business at all, whatsoever. The only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. And I think you're pretty special and you're really awesome, because you're here, you've made it this far, and I can tell that you're someone who's really devoted to their personal growth and self-discovery, just like I am. So thank you so much for being in this conversation with me. Hey, if something resonated with you, if you've been struggling with fear of criticism for months or years or decades, and you found this useful, please let me know. Drop me a comment. And again, this is just what I think. It doesn't necessarily mean it's factual. If you want to challenge me on this, or if you have a different perspective, please share it as well. Let's have a conversation. I'm willing to learn as well, as much as I'm willing to share. So, and if you know someone, who is really on the path of building and sharing something with the world, but they feel like they've been held back for so long by this fear of criticism, please share this with them. Please share this with them, and please subscribe. Please subscribe and like this video. It really helps us get this work out to more people, because it's already changed so many countless lives, and I'm really on a mission to share this with the world, so that they can all benefit from the just fine tweaks that we can make in our mindset and in our personal development to really let our collective potential flourish. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you so much. I love you so much. Have a really beautiful day.